and pop that up. That way you can get a better idea of what else we've got out there. So we'll start down to our eastern areas and down to our south. So we've got that severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 10:30 for Beaufort, Colleton, and Jasper counties. And then a little bit farther off to our west, we've got that other warning that includes portions of Colleton, Beaufort, Hampton, and Jasper counties. But our main focus right now is going to be that tornado warning that is in effect until 10:15 this morning. So not seeing any storm reports with this quite yet. I'm looking at the chat with the National Weather Service, but they've been noticing that these storms have been producing some rotation, and that rotation has tightened up. So and I'm looking on my phone as well at where that rotation would be. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up velocity again. And again, this is how we see where that rotation is. So if we move this over here, you can get a better idea. And I'm going to ask my director here momentarily if we can take me up on the green screen so that I can show you where that rotation is likely right now within this storm. So again, this is our velocity, and normally you see more red mixed in with that green, and that's just indicating those winds rotating. Green means going towards the radar, those winds going towards the radar. The red indicating that those winds are going away. You're not seeing a whole lot of that green and red mixing in together right now, but this is likely where that rotation is with this thunderstorm. So again, if you live in Ashepoo Siding, Little Edisto, you really need to be getting into your safe spot right now. I'm going to go ahead and move this radar once again so we can get a better idea of this thunderstorm as well. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this off of here and pause this, that way we can look at radar together. So again, if you are just now tuning in, we do have a tornado warning until 10:15 for these portions of Colleton, Beaufort, and Charleston counties until 10:15. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little bit closer. That way you can get a better idea of where you are within this tornado warning. So Briars, you need to be in your safe space. Again, Hickory Hill, down towards Wiggins, Ashepoo Siding, you really need to be hunkered down now as well. Willtown Bluff, all the way to Adams Run, that's included in that tornado warning. So if you are in any of these areas, into portions of Beaufort, Colleton, and Charleston counties, you need to be seeking shelter immediately. Radar is indicating that there is rotation within this thunderstorm. So I'm going to keep an eye out for those storm reports, but I haven't seen a whole lot yet. But these storms have really been packing a punch. These thunderstorms have been producing gusts up to 40-45 miles per hour this morning as they've been working into or through southeast Georgia. But now these thunderstorms have produced a little bit of rotation, which is why this tornado warning was issued. So right now you're getting a wider look of these thunderstorms as they've been working through the low country this morning. Elsewhere, we've got those severe thunderstorm warnings that go until 10:15 for portions of Beaufort and Colleton counties. A little bit closer to the coastline, those severe thunderstorm warnings go until 10:30. So regardless, these thunderstorms are severe. They are producing heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and some gusty winds. You need to make sure that all items that you might have outside are secured. You need to make sure that you and your family are away from windows. You're in a sturdy structure away from those windows. And if you're in this tornado warning, you need to be within that middle room, right? So you need to be If you are in these portions of Beaufort, Colleton, and Charleston counties, you need to be in that far interior room away from those windows. A bathroom, a closet, those are going to be the best places to be so that you are staying safe. You need to stay in that safe spot until these storms pass. So I'm going to hop off here once again, and I'm going to pull this in a little bit closer so we can get a better idea of some roads, some neighborhoods that might be included. So let me actually pop up velocity so we can take a look at that rotation once again. So, you know, again, this is how we look at where that rotation might be if we do have a tornado or if we do have that rotation. So I'm not really seeing it right now on velocity, but I'm going to go ahead anyways and just zoom in on some of these areas included in this tornado warning right now. So if you are in the Wiggins, Ashepoo Siding, Hickory Hill, you all need to be in your safe spot right now. To zoom in just a little bit more, Bennett's Point Road, Blocker Run Road, Fenwick, Willtown Bluff. This storm is quickly approaching your areas and you need to be in that far interior room right now. Blocker Run Road, I said that one, Bennett's Point Road. So, you know, be inside, stay indoors until this storm passes and until this warning expires. Again, this tornado warning goes until 10:15 this morning. So we've still got about another 18 minutes left on this warning. Otherwise, I wanted to show you that wider look of those thunderstorms as they've been working through southeast South Carolina. They've been severe for the last couple of hours now as they've moved into southeast Georgia and have crossed over the Savannah River and moved into our neck of the woods. So, again, if you are just now tuning in, we do have that tornado warning until 10:15 this morning for portions of Colleton, Charleston, and Beaufort. And actually, now getting an update, they're going to continue that tornado warning for Colleton and Charleston counties. They went ahead and canceled it for Beaufort County. But again, just because it's canceled out of one area doesn't mean it's not still in effect for these other areas. So to zoom in again, we've still got this tornado warning for portions of Colleton and Charleston counties until 10:15 this morning. So included in these areas, Wadmalaw Island, Adams Run, Barrelville, right on the edge there of Jericho, Pond, Ashepoo Siding, Wiggins, especially Wiggins and Ashepoo Siding. You really need to be in that safe space right now. So that would include, of course, that far interior room away from windows. You need to be hunkered down and you need to stay there until this warning and this storm pass. Not seeing any storm reports yet, which is good news, but it doesn't mean that there's not rotation within this thunderstorm. So again, you need to be hunkered down and stay indoors until this storm passes. This is starting to track a little bit more to the north now. So this is right there at Wiggins, Ashepoo Siding. You know, I keep listing these areas, but this is because I need you to be safe and I need you to take caution, the necessary precautions now, and that includes being in that far interior room. While I've got you, let's talk about these severe thunderstorm warnings. So we still have, let me go ahead and clear this, that way you can get a better idea. We still have these severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for portions of Beaufort and Colleton counties. And I'm not going to be surprised if they do go ahead and extend these warnings north just a little bit into Charleston and the rest of Colleton counties as these storms continue to progress. So these storms are moving very quickly. They're moving northeast at about 45 miles per hour. So this is a quick moving line of storms, but nonetheless still producing some gusty winds and that little bit of rotation. So let's go ahead and show you what radar is looking like. And this is why we have this tornado warning, is because radar indicated that there was some rotation within the storm, and this storm did tighten up a little bit with that rotation. So we've got this tornado warning that goes for another 15 minutes until 10:15 this morning for portions of Colleton and Charleston counties. So we're going to go ahead and do this again. We're going to zoom in just a little bit here. That way you can get a better idea of which areas are within this tornado warning. So some of these areas going to include, this is right over Hickory Hill now, so frequent lightning, heavy rainfall. You're still included in this tornado warning. Ashepoo Siding, Pond Pond, Willtown Bluff, Adams Run, just a couple of areas that are included in this warning. And again, if you're just now tuning in, this goes until 10:15 this morning. So you need to be in that safe spot, and that's going to be in that far interior room where you're far away from those windows, because if there is even a gust of wind, that can send debris flying. So you're going to need to be far away from windows, and you're going to need to stay inside until this storm passes. So Ashepoo, Pond Pond, Willtown Bluff, you're now getting a little bit closer to where these storms are. So you need to be hunkered down into that safe spot away from those windows. So let me go ahead and head back to the computer, and I'm going to pop up velocity so that we can check on where that rotation might be right now. And we'll talk a little bit more about the severe thunderstorm warnings that are still in effect for portions of the area this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up velocity here. And again, if you're just tuning in, we use velocity when we're looking for that rotation within these storms. And I'm not getting a good read on this one right now. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit again, just to see. I'm not getting a good read on this one. So I might just have to pop it up on another way. But radar, and it looks like they went ahead and just canceled that tornado warning actually. So that tornado warning is now canceled for Colleton and Charleston counties, but it doesn't mean that this storm isn't a dangerous one and a severe one. We still have those severe thunderstorm warnings in effect until 10:30 this morning, and this line will continue to move northeastward as the morning progresses. So we'll go ahead and send it to regular programming here shortly, but you need to still be indoors until these storms pass as we head into this morning, because they're still producing heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, and those gusty winds. But some good news is that tornado warning has been allowed to get canceled. So we're going to go ahead and I think probably send it to programming or to break, and we'll get on to regular programming here in just a couple of minutes.